Hey man, you ever look into flat earth?
I like studying these mirages too because what we see on the roads and over the water are pretty much identical. Um, and this to me is also not only do you have light distortion, but you also have heat distortion. Obviously, you can see all the images are wavy, wiggly, squiggly. And the farther away these objects get, as you can see, like off to the right with the power lines, you can see how much more squiggly they get and more distortion they get. Also, pay attention to the reflectors down the center of the road. You'll see the one at the top, at the very top of the hill, always seems to want to get, it goes in and out of visibility. And why is that? Because things are being obscured, things are being hidden right here. And obviously, you can tell that the last two disappears and then they pop back up. Also, if you notice, these are red reflectors. You should be able to see the red all the way down through there, and you are not able to see the red. So something is being hidden in with this mirroring effect, this miraging. Also, where is the top of the road? Where does the actual top of the road end? And this part here, this little part, I had sped up 2 times the speed. Um, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower my camera down even lower, um, down to the 28-inch mark, right here. And, I kind of get kind of a little out of whack here, of course, because I'm, you know, lowering my legs of my tripod, not my little short legs of my body. And of course, I'm kind of all out of focus here because I'm looking straight down, trying to get the camera set. And I kind of wanted to put this in to show that I was lowering my camera down. Obviously, you can tell I'm doing something with it. But here you can really tell I lowered it because a lot of the reflectors have vanished completely. And this is what I say, where does the road start? Where does it begin? Because some of that road is, I mean, definitely hidden within the mirroring, right? So it is hard to determine exactly where the road actually begins. And if you ask me, part of this road is being ramped up over. The light is actually causing a ramping up effect, so you're not actually seeing the road. Obviously, you're not seeing the road. Plain and simple, folks. Um, you are not seeing it. It's not there. But as the cars emerge over a hill, because I'm looking up a hill, you do eventually see the car. Now, where you see the car at, is that exactly where everything's at? I mean, is that where the road is actually at? No, I don't think so. I think part of that road is still being blocked out. It's being hidden by the optical effects and also the distortion. So I look at this one picture here. I took a screenshot here coming up shortly. One of the cars just as it's coming up over the hill. And you'll see it coming up right here. And I drew a line across there approximately where I think the road should be. Again, I also try to use these and compare these to my observations out over the open water, which I'm going to show a couple of short clips. One that I took yesterday. Um, this I took yesterday too. It's been very hot, humid in Florida. Matter of fact, actually this morning I could actually see um, through the trees. The sunlight was shining, but you could see the actual haze in the air. And when I took my pictures, you could literally see how that hazed out area where the water was and the light was shining on it actually was blocking out, um, partially blocking out the background behind that lit up area where the light was shining through and hitting that haze or that water that was in the atmosphere, if you want to call it an atmosphere. Uh, but in other words, basically, it does hide stuff. The higher the humidity, this light shines on it, makes it glow, and it actually hides objects. Like it or not, believe me or not, that's fine. All right, this is an area that I've filmed quite a bit. I was on a different angle this particular day compared to the normal angle I'm on. I was trying to use the seawall as a wind block because the wind was coming out of the east very hard. And then there was a bunch of other people over where I was normally at. Um, so I kind of went off to the right side here um, from where that, I want to call it a boat ramp, but it's a little opening. And here you can see one of the, a tower, a cell phone tower's lights flashing, and you'll see it's flash in the water too as well. And then you notice how magnified that light is off the water compared to what's in the sky. And sometimes you see it flash and it doesn't flash in the water, which is weird. And right there it flashed, nothing. But what I want you to see is look how much is being hidden. Um, all of this land that I normally see on a good day of visibility is all being obscured, all being hidden. Um, I see it as a ramping up effect, like the light is bending upward, which is um, causing the objects to be displaced. In other words, the farther back the object, the more downward displaced it is. Closer up, it's still getting downward displacement um, because this mirroring effect, if you ask me, acts like a ramp, like you're adding a little um, ramp, mirroring ramp in front of you where the water, the visible water ends, and you turn into the mirroring sky. You noticed a flash of light there. There was some lightning and thunder out here this day. I did do a little bit of videotape and some time lapses. It wasn't a whole lot, few strikes, no big deal. But you know, my main thing is doing these comparisons, and I have an awful lot of video proof. Again, here's where I normally go. You can see this little sidewall here. It's like a little boat ramp, and that arrow was where I was yesterday. Not way over here, but where it first started out. I guess they're so long I could have cut that a little bit shorter. But one of the things that you could not see, and I did video this yesterday, you could not see any one of these islands out here. There's 3 islands to the north of me, and you could not see any of those islands. And I was literally where I was located yesterday. I was literally higher than where I'm at in this particular footage. This is again taken on September, or excuse me, November 22nd, 2019, on a day I had very, very good visibility. visibility was excellent. But yet, you know, they want to say that this stuff is being pulled up when it's in clear crystal view. I mean, not as much distortion, but it's a lot clearer than a lot of my videos. Um, and people say, oh, you don't know how to focus your camera. It ain't focus, folks. It's distortion. And you cannot focus in on distortion. It's just absolutely not possible. And anybody that owns a camera would know that you cannot zoom in and take distortion out with your focus. It just doesn't happen. But I did want to kind of show that you could see land well beyond. And again, on November 22nd, from a 6-foot or a 5-foot point viewpoint above sea level, I was able to see land very well past this. Now my camera is setting at 28 inches. I still am a few more inches above the actual water because tide had gone way out. But still, you can obviously see the shoreline. Nothing's being cut off. Nothing's being obscured. Visibility is fairly good. I do have a little bit of distortion there, but not as much as what I had that I just previously showed you. All of this stuff was being, again, obscured, blocked, whatever you want to call it. But it sure wasn't, if anything, it was being refracted downward, not upward. And somebody's going to tell me that this is all being refracted upward right now. It's so full of shit. They might as well put a diaper over their mouth. A diaper over their mouth? Wow, a lot of them are actually doing that this day and age. Putting a diaper over their face. Or a muzzle, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I call them muzzles. I actually, see people and I go, mask, mask. I think I pissed people off when I do it, but I don't care. Because if they're that stupid to wear a mask when they're a perfectly healthy person, they're going to find themselves getting sick themselves because they are breathing in their own bacteria. They are breathing in their own CO2. And this is going to create a health issue with healthy people. And they don't even know it. Again, here's the tower. You've seen the tower on the other one. Yes, I was at a different angle, but obviously there is a big difference between this view and the last view of the same area, but just from a little different angle, like I said. I am on a different angle, but overall, you can still see the same shoreline and see these same areas there. Of course, you can. But obviously, this particular day, with visibility, you can even see the mangrove roots coming up to the mangrove plants themselves. So again, I should have zoomed. I wish I would have zoomed in on them woods because that's what I did on the other one. I zoomed in on them woods, and you could see how things were being actually magnified, way bigger than what it should be. Again, look at this. You're seeing all this land. You're even seeing up in these cuts without it being cut off, blocked, obscured. And even right now, because of my angle to the water, things are being obscured further out. But again, this land does appear. And so do the channel markers that are out there in my November 22nd footage. I am in the process of making some videos on it, folks. I want to just make a bunch of little short videos of that particular day and have it available for people that do want to use my work for some comparisons. They can go back and look at some of my previous videos and compare them. Again, here's one of the channel markers out there. That's Crystal River channel marker. There's no other channel north of me other than the Crystal River channel marker. So these are channel markers that are way up there. And if you notice, they are magnified a little bit. They are bigger than what they should be. And the same thing with the land that's out there. It's being magnified, which when you magnify an object, it does pull it downwards, upwards, and to left and right side. It magnifies it all the way around and all the way around the whole object. Again, these are some of the things that a lot of people don't take into consideration. That the reason I can't see this land on normal days is because it's so small, my camera can't resolve it. And then you have the light diffraction, diffracting off the water or reflecting off the water, causing a blockage of objects farther out in the distance. And you can actually see this haze that's out there that is being illuminated by the light source, which is the sun, and it's causing a blockage. In other words, it can't see much past that point because of the brightness. Again, the more light you add to an object, the less you're going to see of it. Man walking into a well-lit room, as he goes further and further into that well-lit room, he will vanish into the light. No, he didn't go to heaven. He just vanished into the light, folks. Again, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you get something from this. I've been doing this for 4 years, and I really have a tough time explaining things, but I try to do my best. All right. Thanks a lot, folks. Thanks for watching.